Right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone that rule well, that taught us truth, and blessings to the elect of nation Israel. This is Brother Yakao coming with another lesson, Lord willing, will be edifying. And in this lesson, how this Iran situation with cutting off the Strait of Hormuz could lead to an economic collapse, because the dollar is the world reserve currency. Now, this devil on the screen, Winston Churchill, alright, and he's not the only one that said it. He's a Mason. Masons say this all the time. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Alright, never let a good crisis go to waste. And then, oh man, this devil. Alright, now, this is a crisis of their own making. Okay? But remember, out of wars, you have change. Because World War One brought in the League of Nations. World War Two brought in the UN, which we have now. Alright? And World War Three, they want to do what? Bring in a new world order. And it ain't just America that wants this new world order. Excuse me. I've heard, in the past, Iranian leaders, highly top Iranian leaders talk about a new world order. I'm very sure of it. All right. So all of these nations, they're in it together, man. All right, and a part of that new world order is the chip. All right, which is the MOTB. All right. Okay. Now I want to show you this video here because they're not going to let this crisis go to waste. All right. Have a watch of this because we know in scripture that the MOTB is coming, all right? Because remember, Yahweh's words in Matthew 24. All right, we're in that time now. Okay, we're in this time now. All right. This is Matthew 23 and 4. 24 verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives with the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? All right, and the end of the world. Okay, and the end of this world, man, because our world is the next to come, which is the kingdom of heaven. All right. Verse 4, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Okay. And the elect is not going to be deceived. All right. In any regard. All right. They're not going to take the MOTB. They're not going to be deceived when it comes to doctrine. All right. Because they are Yahweh's. All right. And they were there from the beginning. All right. Verse 5. For many shall come in the name, saying, I am Christ. All right, I am Hamashiach, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And we're in that time. All right, and verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Do we not have a war going on right now? All right. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, so now we have this Iran-America war. They're going to use this war, all right, to have economic hardship, all right, upon the people around the world. Okay? And that could collapse the dollar. And when a dollar collapses, they have to replace it with something. What do you think they're going to replace it with? They might not straight away replace it with the MOTB. It might be a digital currency, all right, on your smartphones. But then they might say, look, you have to have this MOTV, this chip in your right hand or in your forehead for you to continue to buy or sell, because they always want to test people. All right, as I said, that statement that Winston Churchill said, never let a good crisis go to waste. Now this is a good video that goes into it. I'll play this and I'll come back. All right.
Recently, the President of the United States gave a speech, and a lot of people were looking forward to, hopefully, the announcement of the end of the war. But that's not what ended up happening.
President Trump warning Iran the entire country could be taken out if they do not make a deal.
Every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition.
In the middle of that speech, the stock market futures dropped. Oil went up even more than before, and Bitcoin went down. And it's all because the Strait of Hormuz, the most important oil choke points on Earth, responsible for 20 million barrels a day, is still closed. We know it's closed because of the most important chart you can look at today, which is this one. It shows total tanker transit calls, which are still down. Now, some people believe that if this strait stays closed for another 2 to 3 weeks, which is virtually guaranteed at this point, based on what the president is saying, the global economy will then reach a breaking point where even if the war stops, it might be too late, and it would start a crisis all around the world. And there's a theory that this crisis was planned as a way to bring about a major change to the world and the monetary system. That's because every crisis has always been an opportunity.
This pandemic has provided an opportunity.
Here we are now with an economy in crisis, but with an incredible opportunity.
It's certainly a major crisis, but it also offers us a unique opportunity.
Unprecedented opportunity to rethink and reset.
The great opportunity for reset.
Opportunity for us to reset.
For a reset.
The president says, in part, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will."
Now, what's interesting is that if you look throughout history, every single time there has been a crisis, the end result was more centralization of wealth and power. And here's a few examples. In 2008, the financial system almost collapsed. And within weeks, the Fed invents quantitative easing, where they buy trillions in assets and bail themselves out. In 2020, the global pandemic shuts down the world, and we're told to stay home, and within a few months, governments all around the world are talking about something called the Great Reset. Klaus Schwab, who's the founder of the World Economic Forum, publicly states that the pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. Right? COVID was the crisis, and the opportunity was global coordination of everyone's economies and currencies and centralized governments.
Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, the future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room.
The point is, there's a pattern throughout history. Every single time there's been a crisis, there was an opportunity for central planners to change how the world worked. Now, I'm not saying that there's some shadowy room somewhere where there's 12 people that plan all this. I don't think that's how it works, but what I am saying is that when there's a crisis, whether it's real or not, the people that are closest to power, who saw it coming, have always used it as an opportunity to upgrade the system in a way that centralized power.
Yeah, well, he said that there's not people in a room somewhere, 12 people in a room making decisions. They are. All right. There is such a thing like that, Okay. There is. And it's in the scriptures. All right. All these secret societies, what you would call, what's it called? So-called Illuminati. It's in the scriptures, man. All right. This is Psalm 64:1. All right. Psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Most High. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Secret counsel of the wicked. All right. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin. See, they do it in secret. But you saw that clip there where he said change is done by us, a powerful community, because they're all on the same page. And that was the World Economic Forum. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword. All right, so their tongue is like a sword. The ideas that come out of their mouth is detrimental towards mankind, and that's why we're warning you of this. All right, what wrong are we doing videos like this, warning you? Does it not say in Ezekiel 3:17, we have the Son of Man, I made you a watchman on the house of Israel. Hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. You know, they're going to use this thing, man. All right, they're going to use it to do change. All right, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All right. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. Okay, so there is, oh, there you go. Let me get one more verse. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. That's that New World Order. It's an evil matter. All right, what, to depopulate the earth? You know, the Georgia Guidestones, to keep humanity under 500 million. There's 7 billion people on the planet. What are they going to do? Why do you think they're bringing out AI and all this stuff? They commune of laying snares privily. A snare is what? A trap. All right. They shall say, who shall see them? Okay. Verse 6. Verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of everyone of them and the heart is deep. See, so they're out there, they're meeting in secret, but then they have these forums that are open to their people, but are on the news, and they're speaking in this gibberish code. But if you know the scriptures and the prophecies, you can decode their words. All right, and it's not good for mankind. So this man is absolutely spot on of what they want to do. Okay, now let's continue here. There's a bit here I want to. He's talking about, this guy's talking about the video here. All right, I'll play this for a bit and I'll come back.
Where the US dollar is going to be replaced with digital currency. And after that, and also considering AI robots, is going to put us into a scenario where the government can effectively control the population and the money that they receive and how they are able to spend this money. Okay, I want to show you guys this video because people in his comment section are saying that the video that he made seems to correlate to end times prophecy that is in the Bible. Okay, and so we can watch this clip and then we can look at the Bible and see exactly like how this would correlate. Okay, let's hop into this video, watch it and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's hop in.
Question of this video is, well, what is the next phase? What comes after this? What is the opportunity to centralize power? And here's the best theory that I've come across. In order to understand it, you have to put yourself in the mindset of these central planners, the people who influence the world's policies. Here's the core problem that they have. The first major problem is AI and automation. Once AI is allowed to be unleashed into the economy, it's going to displace a lot of jobs. It's going to be painful because not everyone will be able to adapt. But let's say they do. Let's say, optimistically speaking, AI becomes so productive that we find ourselves in a perfect utopian world of abundance where no one needs to work. What's going to happen then? I think inevitably We're going to need some sort of universal basic income. If that happens, though, that's going to give society way too much free time, and people will start waking up. They'll start organizing. The political process becomes a real thing again. And that's not good if you're a central planner, because you want to be in control of that system, and you want people to be reliant on it. And you want people to be too busy thinking about how to pay their bills, right?
See? Oh, this man's a devil. Oh, this man's a devil. And he's absolutely right. All right? So, oh my God, this is a trap, man. This is a trap. And that's, when this all happens, that's when this is going to kick in, man. All right? Because we know that they want to get rid of people. And they would definitely want to get rid of our people. All right? Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Woe means destruction. So woe means destruction to the people that inhabit the earth, which is us. All right? Of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. A short time to do what? To complete his new world order. Okay? So he's going to come down hard. And that's why they're doing all this AI and automation and so forth. They're engineering. So that's why all these commentators are like, why did Trump do this war? What's the point of it? Oh, it's because of Benjamin Netanyahu. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's about this new world order. You know, they're in a hurry. All right. The devil having great wrath because what? He only had about a short time. Okay. And a part of that is the MOTB, to institute it. Okay. And this is clearly this is the RFID chip implant. All right. That is what Revelations 13 and 16 is talking about. All right. If they say, oh, well, you know what, everyone has, you know, money on your smartphone, this, that, and the other. Yeah, fine, you can do that. You know what I mean? But this, you can't do. All right? If you can't do, you're going to have to pay the penalties. All right? This is what Revelations. And you know, this war with Iran was in their thinking. Because obviously, if you start hammering Iran and bombing them, killing their leaders, they're not going to say, okay, you can just keep allowing your oil to flow on the Strait of Hormuz. Of course not. So, of course, they're going to block it. And then that's going to affect world trade. That's going to affect currencies, etc. Okay? All right? But when this prophecy comes to pass, all right, we're not supposed to take it. Revelations 13 and 16. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. All right. Or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and the number is 666. All right. And you can understand that this is about America's the spearhead of this new world order, because even the president's limo is called the Beast. Trump limousine name. It's not just under him. It's always been called that, I think. See, look. There you go. Look, current state of car. All right. America. There you go. Limousine of America, and it's the Beast. All right. It's called the Beast. Okay. So they're at the spearhead. They're at, see, look, 7 top secrets about the Beast limo. the Beast presidential limo. So the limousine of the American presidents, not just Trump, all of them, is called the Beast. Okay? So they're clearly in scripture. All right? So this is what they're going to do. Try and institute that. Now, it could be a domino effect where they say, oh, right, you know, you have to use your smartphones. And then they could push the actual MOTB, which is the implant. Or they might just go to it straight away. We don't know. Okay? But the way they've done things, they do it in a tiptoeing form. That's why this devil said, never let a good crisis go to waste. You know, they are all in unison with this new world order. All right, so that's why we read Revelations 12 and 12. They're going to come down having great wrath. That's when all hell's going to break loose. When people are not going to be able to eat. You know, or you can't go in hospital unless you sign up and take the MOTB. You won't have access to those things. You know, so you're gonna have to have real faith. So it was very interesting what this guy said. Okay, very interesting. And here's his channel here, down here. All right, Idri Jik. I can't even pronounce his name, but this is the video. They're using, and there's a title here. They're using this war to replace the dollar, because in order for them to have a digital system, and for that prophecy to be fulfilled, there has to be an end to paper money, because paper money, they can't control paper money. All right, if I have cash and I go to America and I have dollars, and everywhere except dollars, cash, you know, and let's say I'm in trouble when I go on the run. All right, as long as I've got cash, loads of it, I can go anywhere. I can pay people, this, that, and the other. If you get rid of cash and everything's digital, and every time you scan your hand or you log in and do this and do that, just like your credit card, they can track you everywhere you go. All right, so it's slave society that's coming. So it's very interesting what he said, man. All right, so check this out for yourself. All right, I'll leave it at that because it's self-explanatory, and I pray you will edify it until the next lesson. Shalom.